The Cuban Missile Crisis, starring Kristina Enos,
Emma Hoey,
and Samantha Dixon.
A tensional crisis between the Soviet Union, Cuba, and the United States. It all started in 1959 when Fidel Castro seized power over Cuba and joined arms with the Soviet Union. Cuba eventually became reliant on the Soviets for military and economic aid. In 1962, Cuban leaders were convinced that the United States was planning to attack them. In response, the Soviet Union installed missiles in Cuba 90 miles off of the coast of Florida. Tensions between the United States and Soviets were already strong as a result of the Cold War. But when John F. Kennedy learned of the missiles from a spy plane, he ordered the Soviets to remove them. John F. Kennedy addressed the nation on television on October 22, 1962, to announce the presence of the missiles in Cuba. He decided to order a naval blockade around Cuba. The U.S. was forced to use military force, if necessary, to neutralize the threat. Many feared that the United States was at the brink of war with the Soviet Union. The Soviet leader, Nikita Khrushchev, offered to remove the missiles, but the United States would have to promise not to invade Cuba. Kennedy also secretly agreed to remove missiles from Turkey. On October 28, 1962, the leaders came to an agreement. Khrushchev and Kennedy wanted to prevent a nuclear war and ultimately ended the crisis, although the Cold War would continue. This crisis is still popular today because of the threat it posed to the United States and its contribution to the arms race between the United States and the Soviet Union. Although the Cold War ended many decades ago, the rift between the Soviet Union, now Russia, and the United States is not completely resolved.